Hey everybody, how we doing today? Merry Christmas to everybody, even though it's belated. Welcome back to the shack. Thank everybody who's here already. We got Alex, we got Mike Mullet, Dave Stahl, Soulblats, Jay from the House of Moth, the Sad Mac. We have another Sad Mac today. So, how are we all doing? Are we all fat and happy from Christmas? Hopefully so. I am doing fairly well. Trying to get everything situated here. Computer's been acting kind of stupid today. So, yes, I'm doing well. I'm here. Yes, Jay's always fat and happy. So, well, we'll find out if we can fix this one. I hope so. She's definitely not happy. So, sit here and BS for a couple minutes. Excuse me. I didn't sleep very well last night. So the plan today is we're going to play with a kind of sad-looking MacBook Pro that is sitting here next to me, that Jay sold me a couple years ago, and it's been acting really dumb lately. They do run hot, but this thing is running hotter than it should be. So, where's Simon at? Oh, there he is. There's Simon. Hey Steve, welcome. You were feeding the bunnies. Yay, we got to feed the buns. Got to keep the buns happy. Can't have a good day without happy bunnies. It's like I can't have a good day without happy cats. Ooh. Yeah. Well, I'm truthfully thinking I have a fan problem. I'm not sure. Because, these fans aren't ramping up like they should be. I mean, it's kind of silly. It's a Core 2 Duo, so they always run hot. They're notorious for running hot, but this thing's running a lot hotter than it should be. It's running hotter than it used to. And I've actually taken it apart and redone everything. And I actually have a video on my channel about doing that, if you guys ever want to watch it. I actually did do a video on how to take the MacBook Pro 17-inch apart and clean it. So, it's a really good computer, and I really don't want it to burn up. So, no, it shouldn't be a dust bunny. I just cleaned it out. Not that there was really much in it. So, excuse me. I did not sleep good last night. No, they don't. That's the problem, Jay. So, this is what we're dealing with. So this is what I'm looking at right now. Okay, well now it went down to 89, then went back up to 104. So now if I go through and I go to manual and the fan control, I have both fans ramped up to max, which is roughly 5,500 RPMs. It says 57, but I think they max out at like 55. And I've had these things ramped up. I ramped these things up like almost 30 minutes ago, and they're only at 3,700. They're only going up a few RPMs a second. Yeah, I know, Jay. That's my problem. And it's been like that for about 6 or 8 months now. And truthfully, the computer is pretty much unusable. I mean, no, I have not done an SMC reset. Maybe I should do that first. How do we do an SMC reset on a 17-inch MacBook Pro? Because I don't know. Anybody wants to tell me, I'm all ears. You have it rotten on your blog. Okay, well, let's check out the House of Moth. So I'm on the House of Moth website right now. Hi, Walter. I actually have cleaned it. I just had it apart the other day. On laptops without T2 chip and with a non-removable battery. I guess we could consider this non-removable. On your built-in keyboard, press and hold all the following keys. Your Mac might turn on. Control, left control, Option, Shift. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, well. Let's shut this hot beast down, see what happens. If that's all it is, I'll be amazed. So what happened is I was running Mojave on this machine for quite some time and never really had a major problem with it until recently. And Jay said to me about me being insane about running Mojave on a Core 2 Duo, which it actually doesn't run bad. I mean, it's pretty usable. So just, I mean, for shits and giggles, I totally wiped out the SSD and I installed El Capitan on it because Jay tells me that's what he ran on it. Ran fine. They've never had any issues. And El Capitan's still a very usable operating system. So, you know, so I did that, and I'm still having the same problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to press Control, Option, and left Shift while holding all three keys. Press and hold the power button for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release all keys, then press the power button to turn on your Mac. Core 2 Duo is okay. It's not the greatest CPU. It runs very hot. Yeah. Well, I'm running El Capitan on it now, and that has snow on the top, so you would think it would run colder. So I'm running into the same problem. The CPU is still running at 105 plus some odd degrees. The maximum temperature that these processors will accept is 125 C, so it's not like it's going to burn up, but the problem is once it hits 95, it starts throttling. Can I quit TG Pro and try Max fan control? Yeah, I'll have to download that, Jay. Oh, whoops. Oh, there we go. Now we got the fans ramped up. Yeah, the thing is, I just repasted it. I actually did a whole video on it. So I got this nifty infrared thermometer here. According to this, the exhaust temperature is 45 degrees. showing the same on the bottom of the computer. It's saying 45 degrees. Well, apparently the fan helper bridge between TG Pro and the computer wasn't installed. So, but what I don't understand is either the fans are at 5,600 RPMs right now, and it's still running at 96 degrees, which isn't terrible, but I mean. It's a lot better than the 105. But this is actually mine from work. It's a Blue Point. I got it from Snap-on. So at the behest of Jay, what I want to do is I want to take the bottom of it off. It is a very good possibility that it's a bad temp sensor. I definitely wouldn't put it past this thing. That's what I want to. That's why I want to check. I want to manually check the temperature of the heat sinks, both while the fans are ramped up and while they're idling. Oh yeah, it does freak out when I play YouTube video, Jay. It's actually kind of sad because I mean this computer is actually a pretty good machine for the internet and stuff like that. It's never going to run Final Cut Pro very well, but I've done it. I like having it because then I can use it in the bedroom when I went in back there, because sometimes I just don't like grabbing my iPad to do stuff. Yeah. Well, that's what I don't understand, Jay. You keep telling me it never ran hot, but this fucking thing has... Well, the fans are on. So, that one's reading 35. That one's reading 37. I mean, you would think if the processor is actually running at 100 degrees, that the bottom of the board would be running almost the same temperature. by 54. Seems to be about the hottest it gets. I mean, the processor's right here. Or is it right here? It's in one of these two spots right here. I can't remember which one. I think it's this one. I mean, the highest temperature I've gotten is 54 degrees. Yeah. I can do that, Jay. The highest readable temperature is 51 degrees, Jay. Yeah, they're metal. Hey, at this point in time, I can't really do much more damage to the thing. Yeah, but I had the sensors right here. This is just a... That's for distance measuring. I'm trying to measure it up close. I'm just trying to get the most accurate, because you know when I get further back, then I'm going to start hitting the see. When I'm back here now, I'm getting the like temperatures of 20. That's why I'm trying to read it up close. Yeah. I don't know if it's because I have it open, but the temperatures... I mean, the temperatures are down to normal. Of course, it's probably because I had the bottom off. And it can actually, like, move air. Yeah. Yeah, bottomless Macs. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Jay. You would think that the temperature would like shoot straight up without any issue. But it really didn't. See, now the temperature's creeping back up, but it's still... I mean, it's running a solid low 70s. Well, let's try running hardware test. I gotta remember how to do that. You can tell I don't work on these things very often. D. Well, it is better than nothing, I guess. Yes, Jay, I shaved. I went to my family's house yesterday for Christmas and I didn't want to look like a bum. I know, I'm sitting here holding the D key. It's not doing anything, Jay. Yeah, it just started doing that today. It's never done that before. Ah, okay. Yeah, that I don't know what's going on with that DVD drive. It's never done that before. That's a new one. I don't think there is an AHT CD for the Intel machines. I think that's pretty much strictly for the PowerPC Macs. I could be wrong. Jay would know more about that than I do. I mean, the one good thing is now that I at least have control over the fans. It's staying fairly cool now. I mean, it's. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I mean, it's staying in the 60s. So if I go to auto boost, so the fans are down to idle right now. And the CPU's staying in the 60s, 70s. It's creeping up. But it's not spiking. Now the fans are kicking on because it hit 70. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yes, Jay. Mid-2009. What you see on the screen is what I got. 17-inch mid-2009, 2.8 gigahertz. Okay. So let's do something that's gonna kind of put this thing I guess I can't load YouTube on this version of Safari. Well, it must be nice, Jay, to have perfect machines. That's because you sold me all the crappy ones. So far, 2 out of the 3 I bought off you are acting stupid. The power supply burn up on the PowerBook 3400. This one's having temperature control issues. My Mac Pro's running great, though. Holy crap, 2.3 gigs. Damn. What's a sad issues? What do you mean? Oh. I don't mind farting around with this machine or something. You know, if this one goes, if something happens to this one, it's not a huge loss. It's when the Mac Pro goes down that I really start freaking out, because that's like my main hub right there. And if that goes, then I'm kind of borked. So, oh, yeah, it's connected. Why is it not showing up? Well, so the temperature is actually staying fairly decent right now. Hey, Prada. There we go. Well, the PowerBook, we found out, it just needs the power adapter. So that's not too bad. The IBM, I got to get the SIM sockets for it. There goes my DVD drive again. Okay, this thing's being stupid. Oops. Yeah, I'm going to be using my iMac G5. At least as much as I can. The Queen of Darkness has decided to grace our presence. She decided to come out of her dank, dark kitchen. Yeah, I figured that's mostly just, well, it's PRAM, it's parameter RAM, so that's why I didn't worry about resetting the PRAM, because that's not really going to affect this problem. I don't know, it's actually behaving now. I mean, it's actually not doing half bad. Oh, thanks, Edmac. She is beautiful. She's a very pretty girl. So, she's my pretty floof. She's a pretty floof. Aren't you gorgeous? Lydia. What you doing, beautiful? What you doing, beautiful? Battery's charging now. But yeah, it was... Well, no, it wasn't really charging. The battery's actually was fully charged when I got it, when I pulled it out this morning. I just hooked up the AC adapter. Just because, you know, running the fans at high speed, you know, will drain the battery faster. So, the battery in this thing is awesome, Jay. I mean, it lasts, I'd say, 2 hours with average use. Maybe a little less. I mean, I don't expect miracle, but it's, according to TG Pro, it only has 95 charge cycles on it. I didn't replace it. It's the same battery it was in it when you sold it to me, so the thing is I don't really use the battery in it that much. I'm usually in a location where I can plug it in, and truthfully, I usually opt to plug it in versus running it off the battery. But I mean, I have run it off the battery, and it doesn't seem to affect anything. You know, because if you look down on the bottom here, it says it's only got 95 cycles on it, which I'm kind of surprised. It looks like it's been replaced. So it looks like full charge capacity is 1,561 milliamp hours, and right now it's at 98, 97 milliamp hours. It is charging. So and I think I've done it once since then, Jay. I think I calibrated it maybe earlier this year or late last year, maybe. So, thanks to your excellent care, that's why it's in such good shape. What can I say? Wow, this is... Man, this is getting... Well, 1.2 megs a second. Jeez. Seriously? So while we're waiting for the actual Apple hardware test to download, because it's taking its grand old time, I did download Tech Tool Pro. We can run that and see if it says anything. I don't know if it's going to be more or less conclusive. This is a good program to have handy. I especially like the fact that it keeps an eye on the remaining space on my hard drives, at least on my Mac Pro. So if my SSD starts getting full, it'll start warning me so I don't overfill it and potentially burn it out. Install it later. So you can go in here to the sensors test. Well, it read the CPU die at 61 degrees. So let's do something that's going to kind of max this thing out a little bit. See what happens. Well, it's going up in temperature and then coming back down, so I don't know, maybe that's been my problem all along. Yeah, see, the fans are actually working like they're supposed to now. Maybe that's all it was all this time, just the fans weren't ramping up like they should have. Well, I knew they weren't ramping up right. Well, Walter wants me to reset the PRAM, so I guess we can reset the PRAM. I know how to do that one. That's Command Option PR. Yeah, I usually do it at least 3 on most computers, so even when I'm just doing a normal reset here and there, I usually let it chime at least 3 times. I look at it this way, the more the merrier. It's more a question of why not versus why, Solblats. Oops. True, it might not help, but it won't hurt anything either. The worst thing you might have to do is go change your date in a couple of settings. It's, you know, on these machines, the parameter RAM or NVRAM doesn't really store as a lot of stuff like it used to in like the Power Macs, the old Power Macs, and the 68K Macs. I don't understand why my DVD drive's acting like it is. That doesn't make any sense. Alright, Steve. I'll see you tomorrow. See, now as soon as I booted it, okay. Now see, the temperature was pretty hot, but then it came back down, and the fans ramped up like they're supposed to. Hey, Dysfunctional Wombat, how you doing? Alright, so we still got another 12 minutes. Hopefully Jay's not watching while I do this. because he'll get mad at me. Not too bad. Are you up visiting family by any chance? I know, but I'm kind of stuck on Chrome. I really do want to. Oh, I really do want to. I do want to change, but I've been using this thing for so long. I'm just kind of stuck. Yeah, no, you don't have to tell me how crappy Chrome is. Believe me, I know. I use it every day. Oh, it's not doing too bad. Yeah. Sorry to hear that, dude. Well, if you have a couple extra hours and you wanna get together, yeah, let me know. Oh, another 9 minutes to download this. Jay's server is not very fast. So, I show you around this thing, but I don't really have anything on here. I totally wiped out the hard drive, and I don't even know if I installed Final Cut Pro on here. I don't think I did. Oh, yeah, I did. I don't know, it seems to be behaving okay, Jay. I mean, I played a YouTube video on it, and Final Cut Pro seems to run okay. It's not throttling, I can tell you that, because it's running pretty quick. And I'm still waiting for your server to feed me this file, it's only feeding it to me at 1.2 megs per second, so it's definitely not very fast. Well, that would explain it. Yeah. Yeah, especially with your internet, Jay. Yeah, that would definitely kill it. So that makes sense. I'll forgive you then. I want to get this thing working because I want to do a kitty stream one of these days. When I don't have much to do, I want to do a stream for a little while and just show off my cats. But the problem is most of my cats are in the bedroom, so 10 meg. That's it. Ouch, dude. That hurts. What the fuck are you on, DSL? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Well, 60 meg, that's not bad. I have 100 meg down, but I only have 6 meg up, which sucks. I have good download speeds, but my upload speeds are horrible. But then again, it is Comcast, so... Oh, that's cool. What kind of internet do you have there, Dysfunctional Wombat? We have Comcast where I'm at. Unfortunately, it's all we can get. When I used to live in Enola, I used to be able to get Verizon Fios, and oh my god, I love that. 50 internet for $50 a month. It was the best thing I ever had. That's what Steve has now. And of course, I'm going to have to call Comcast here soon because they want to raise the price on my internet from it's like $62 a month now to like $110 or something like that. So, what's expensive? 50/50 internet for $50 a month? That's cheap. Yeah, well, the one plus side to Comcast is you can usually, like, they'll give you a promo for a year or 2 years if you're a business customer, because we have Comcast Business where I work, because it's the only thing we can get. And, usually at the end of that period that you have, that special that they're offering you, usually you can call them and if you threaten to cancel, they'll usually bend over backwards to put you on some kind of a cheap plan or whatever, or keep you close to where you're at. So I got to call them. I'm probably going to call them here this week and see what I can do. That must be nice. Not around here, it don't. I don't know where you live, but in Pennsylvania, it ain't. You ain't getting gigabit internet for $50 a month, unless it's some kind of a promotional deal. I mean, if you can get Verizon, it's not bad. Verizon actually has pretty reasonable prices on their gigabit Ethernet right now. Oh, okay, yeah, well, this is the United States, so, we get screwed in internet and healthcare. So, yeah, it's amazing. The internet is actually really reasonable in a lot of countries outside of the United States. So yeah, cable Comcast especially is horrible. So like if you get Verizon Fios, right now they're offering gigabit speeds for $80 a month, which is actually pretty cheap. And you can get 200 meg for $40 a month, which is cheap. I mean, you figure I have 100 megs. I have 100 megs down and 6 megs up, and I pay like $58. So unfortunately, my phone, I'm restricted to. I think I have 2 gigs of hotspot on my phone. I'm not even sure. I might have even have it turned off because I very rarely use it. So yeah, Comcast is horrible. They're. I mean, their internet's not bad, but it's so bloomin' expensive. Yeah. Well, I guess that. I don't know. Computers aren't that cheap here either. I don't know if it'll let me look. I'm just curious to see what Comcast is offering. Yeah, we have 5G here already. So then again, I live right outside of Harrisburg, so you know, I'm lucky enough that I'm close enough to the city that I don't have to worry about you know, I get most of the advantages. But none of the few of the problems, I should say. Shouldn't say none of the problems, but we definitely have fewer problems here. I wish I could get fiber here. Unfortunately, fiber stops at the county line, which I'm like 2 miles away from, maybe 3 miles tops. So it's annoying as hell. Because when I lived like 10 miles south of here, I had you know, I had Fios, which is fiber, and then when I moved up here, we have DSL, which is 16 megs down or 3 megs up, which isn't horrible. But after the first year we lived here, they changed it from like $39 a month to $110 a month. And then Comcast. So I ended up switching to Comcast. Hi, Trino. How are you? Yeah, I'll tell you what, I had DSL for, oh my God, close to a decade when I lived in York. But DSL down there is only like 3 megs down and 1 meg up. So wow. Yeah. All right. Come on, Prada. Yeah, that is no, lid's not bent. I think it's just the way the camera, because it's the camera I'm using kind of has like a fisheye lens on it. It's kind of weird. So there we go. Are you trying to make fun of me? They're Trina, like everybody else does. El Capitan, Trina. Because that's what Jay told me I'm supposed to be running. He told me I should not be running anything else. I did have Mojave on it at one time. And it ran good, and then it started getting hot all the time. I'm sorry, I thought you were making fun of me because I had a Google Chrome on there. Because Jay's constantly making fun of me for that. So we're going to restore. Whoops. Just had to mount these. Kindly and calmly suggested. Yeah, okay. What browser is Jay approved? Probably Firefox. Yeah, it's a Core 2 Duo. Oh, okay. Well. Jay's happy his text messages are popping up on the stream. Here, since Jay wants to be famous, here's his text messages. Yeah, the fans are actually behaving good now. It wasn't the SMC reset, it was actually TG Pro wasn't communicating with the fans. And I think between TG Pro and the computer itself trying to both control the fans, I think they were fighting each other. So now the fans are actually ramping up when they're supposed to and keeping it at a reasonable temperature. So right now I'm running, I'm restoring the ASD to a USB drive. I use TG Pro on all my computers, and I've had no issues with it. I like the way you can customize it, like on my, like here on my. Yeah, okay, so like here on my Mac Pro, like if I go down here, whoops. So this X58 diode, this is the Northbridge chip on the Mac Pro. Now I have a single processor, so I only have one processor. This is thing that gets the hottest in the computer. So I go and I can tell the computer when to adjust which fan and for which sensor at which time. So like when that gets hot, sometimes, I don't know if you guys will hear it, but sometimes you can hear my fans ramp up on this thing. So yeah, it's a paid app. It's only $10 and you get to use it on 3 computers, so I mean it's worth the money. So and yeah, I use this on all my machines. Now I don't use this on my Mac Mini at work, but I do use it on my Mac Pro. So it's only $10. Whoops. Let me see if I can find out where you get it from here. I'm not even sure. I thought there might be. Oh, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Tuna Belly software. I'm trying to see if they have a link to their website. Looks like you just go to tunabellysoftware.com. Yeah, I know it needs an update on here. It is updated on the MacBook, though. Yeah, I think it does. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I have a 20. I tell you, I have a 2012 Mini. I run Mojave on. I have not had a single problem with it. I mean, it never gets hot, even in the summer. I mean, because it's in my garage. You know, it's my main workstation in my garage, and that thing never gets hot. Now, mine is a I don't know what the 2010 was, but mine's a Core i5, not a Core 2 Duo. So that might have something to do with it. The Core series processor, at least the i3 and the i5, run a lot cooler than the Core 2 Duos ever did. So, although I'll tell you right now, you guys you've never seen a hot crap processor until you've seen a Core 2 Quad. Jay wants me to advertise. Go to the houseofmoth.com for awesomeness. Oh yeah, yeah. I'll tell you what, Mojave is. I ran it on this machine and it wasn't bad, but I'll tell you what, yeah, Mojave is just a little too much for a Core 2 Duo. So. I actually had a High Sierra on this machine before I updated to Mojave, and it wasn't bad. He does. Jay's weird. He's crazy. Jay gets excited anytime he sees one of his old computers on my channel or on my stream. Hi, Sassafras. Hi. Hi, baby. So we have a rare visitor today. Sassafras. He came to visit on his own. He's been coming out and hanging out with Daddy a lot more often lately than he used to. Oh, this is Daddy's boy. Mwah. He is my oldest. He's not my oldest cat, but I've had him the longest. I had him since he was a kitten, and he's 8 years old now. Him and his 2 brothers. So, hi, Daddy. This one's mine. Yeah, this does have an SSD in it, Alex. Matter of fact, I don't own a single Mac with SATA, with the exception of my dual processor G5 that is not running an SSD. Yeah, I got rid of the dog, thank God. I am now dog free. So now I can clean the carpets and they'll stay clean. And I don't have to worry about walking on landmines every time I try to walk through my house. Okay. Oh yeah, I'll trade that over here. I say yes. Yeah, I know. You probably want to get on my laptop, don't you? Because you're a jerk. Yeah, so I did it probably about a year ago, and I really haven't used it much. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's weird you say that. The 2012 Mini that I own, that I have at work, believe it or not, actually has 2 hard drive bays in it. And you can actually get a cable for it. Now, it only comes with 1 hard drive from the factory, because mine's not the server. They actually made a mini server model that has 2 hard drives in it. And I thought that was actually kind of cool. But the thing that kills the Mini is the fact that Apple uses a 5400 RPM hard drive in it, which makes it so freaking slow. So
smash that like button.
yeah, she came and took the dog on Thursday? Thursday. Yeah. She took the dog in the 55-inch TV. Trina. Which is fine. Oh, goody. Jay's getting a 3D printer. Yeah, I mean, I have spinning hard drives in my G5 at work, and I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I use that for a server. You know. Oh, you got Sound Blaster 16, huh? Lucky you. For your 486. Well, hello. I also have a PC here we're going to take a look at as soon as I'm going to run this diagnostic program on here just to just to make sure everything's working like it should be. Yeah, I still don't understand what the hell's going on with the optical drive. Oh, deselect the RAM test. Oh. Okay. I thought I did. I'm sorry. I know my memory. I just put this memory in, so. I'm only running the processor test because I want to make sure that the processor's not screwed up. Oh, you guys can't even see that. That's weird. Huh. So visit Steve's channel if you haven't already. Yeah, the exhaust is only 30 degrees. 26 on the other side. Yeah, it looks like the highest temperature I'm getting out right now is 36.1 when I point it at the keyboard, which is right above the processor and the GPU. So that's not too bad. 36 degrees is very reasonable for a Core 2 Duo. So oh yeah, I didn't even take a look, to be honest with you. Yeah, Steve needs to get me banners for the House of Moth and for Branchus Creations yet. Yeah, this is just the Apple Diagnostics. It runs under 10.5. It's actually Leopard. So I thought you had some made, Steve. I know how to open Photoshop too, but that doesn't mean I know how to use it. Says passed. So I'm going to take that as a sign that everything is okay. So I'm going to just shut it down and put the screws back in it, and I think I'm going to call it a day on this, because this machine seems to be working fine now. I think it was just I think the main problem was the fact that whoops, the computer and TG Pro were kind of fighting each other. Oh yeah, that's a lot cooler there. This bottom was so hot that you couldn't even touch it. It was that bad. I gotta get some new screws for this. I'm missing a couple of screws. So I'm gonna say this one's good to go. Oops. That's right, that's one of the ones that's missing. And of course, Apple has to use 3 different kinds of screws in the back cover of this stupid machine. I used to like my little 13-inch 2008 MacBook, which is the same design. Because that one there, you just take the battery off, and there's 4 screws underneath there. You just take those 4 screws off and access the logic board. You know, it takes like 5 seconds. This thing here, you got to unscrew all these freaking screws. There's 3 different kinds of screws. It's like these screws here are all the same down in this half. There's 3 long ones here, and then there's one special one with a special tip on it for some reason. I don't know why. And of course I'm missing a couple. Yes, Trina. Now we're going to move on to something a little different. Oh, so I don't know why I put this away. I want to use this. God, I'm an idiot. So I expect we're probably going to lose Jay. Yes, I have some. I definitely have a few screws loose, Trina. Trust me. There's no doubt about that. Hey, I'm friends with Steve. Of course I've got a few screws loose. It said it passed. Well, I didn't run every single test either. I only ran the tests that I thought I needed to run. You know, I didn't run the video tests or anything like that on it because I didn't really see a need. Yeah, I passed, Jay. I don't know. It passed. It said passed on the screen. It's in the video. I have proof. So I'm going to finagle some cameras around here. I'll be right back.
Smash that like button.
Okay. Who disliked the video? Jay disliked the video, guaranteed. Because Jay is a jerk. So, I don't have the case top on, because I was farting around with this thing yesterday a little bit. So this is a Digital Venturis, and for some reason my camera just crapped out. Seriously? Oh my lord. Alright, let's go to this SD camera. Alright, so yeah. I don't know what's going on there. Let's try this one more time. So, yeah, this is vintage. This is not. This is nothing modern, and my HD camera keeps dropping out for some reason. I don't know why. So, gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Sorry. So this is a Digital Venturis 5100. It's a early Pentium machine, and we're going to take a quick explore here. So this has PCI and ISA in it, and we're actually going to fill both of these PCI slots. It's got 1 meg VGA video with expansion to 2. Does not have the expansion in. It has 8 megabytes of memory soldered on the main board, and then it has another 16 megs here, 2 8 meg sims, so it has 24 megs of memory. Under here is I'm pretty sure it's a Pentium 100. It might be a 120, I'm not exactly sure. So if you look at the front, now I haven't done anything to this computer. What you see is exactly how I got it. I've had this computer for like 2 years now. So, oh, sorry guys, I didn't realize it didn't switch over to the SD camera. So now you should be able to see something. Sorry about that, guys. So, like I was pointing out, it has PCI and ISA, video memory expansion, 8 megs of memory on board, 16 more in sims. This machine can take 128 megs total. I think it's a Pentium 100 in here. I think you can upgrade it to a Pentium 133. So, and somebody at some point in time put a CD-ROM in it. This computer initially didn't come with one, so it has a CD-ROM in it and of course a floppy drive. But this is the coolest thing I like about this computer. So, when you want to work on it, you flip this little lever here, then you grab it and you just lift it up, and it's got a little prop stand in the back. So, as you can see, we have it's hard to see, this camera's horrible, a dreaded Dallas real-time clock chip. The thing that will amaze everybody is I booted this computer up yesterday and it told me the date was 12/25/2020. So this damn thing actually still works. I couldn't believe it. And then down here, mounted upside down, is a Quantum 810 meg hard drive. So, and then we got, ribbons for... This thing actually does have 2 IDEs and, of course, your floppy. So... And it does work. It boots right up. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's not a date on it or anything that I can see. There's a stamp on the bottom of the case. It's barely visible, but if you look real hard, it's this computer was built sometime in '96 would be my guess. So, it's a I don't know, it's a newer low-end Pentium, I'd say. So, but being as how it's from digital equipment, I'm sure this was built as a computer workstation, more than anything else. So, now it did come with Windows 95. I'm going to put the camera up on top of the monitor here. Sorry, my videography is not the greatest today, guys. Not quite sure what's going on with my Oh yeah, that's pretty surprising. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna plug her in. And I did boot this computer yesterday, and it works good. So it's configured very oddly. You'll see what I mean when we boot it. Well, and I believe it came from a church, judging from the programs that are on it. I got this from a scrap guy a few years ago, and never really did much with it. It's a PS2 keyboard. I'm using my, this is a old Sony Vaio keyboard that I keep around. So, this thing's actually pretty quiet, too. What's going on here? Alright, hopefully that's better. So, you see it doesn't tell me anything about the processor, unfortunately. But we see it has an 850 meg C drive, and the D drive is configured like this. I'm assuming because this is the only way that the computer can identify the CD-ROM drive would be my guess. I don't know. So you can tell this is a slightly later computer because it does have a plug-and-play OS option here in the BIOS. And most computers before, I'd say 93 or so, didn't really have anything to do with plug-and-play. So, and it's just got your typical, typical stuff. So what we'll do is we'll boot it up. And this does technically have Windows 95 on it. And you'll see what I mean by technically. Yeah, Compaq was notorious for... Compaq was as bad as IBM in that respect. With the system disk or the reserved hard drive partition. IBM did that crap too. So, oh yeah, I just plug and pray, trust me. And it always kicks this error, and if you hit F1 to resume, it works fine. So, now it's booted. Don't ask me why, but whoever had this computer, they have it configured with Windows 95, but they have it set up that it boots into a DOS prompt. It doesn't actually load the graphical interface. So, you go in here and it's got WordPerfect 6, Norton Commander, Corel, PC Tools. Looks like, I don't know what PS. Print shop maybe? Oh. That's a menu. Oh. Okay. So apparently I was working on setting it up for work. Oh, here we go. CD, new, PS. The new print shop! Yay! Anybody ever use this? I'm sure this is almost the same as what the Apple II one was, or the Apple IIgs, I think it was. It looks like they must have had a LaserJet 2100 hooked up to it at one time. Oh, let's go in here and use this. This is a little easier. So, yeah, Prada, you're wet. Yeah, it's got WordPerfect 6. Seriously, cat? God, you're annoying. Let's see here. Corel. I don't know what this is. Suite 8. Nope. Damn it. DP test. Wow, I don't know what this is, but no, DPT. Data Perfect Test Drive. Huh, this reminds me of Q&A. That's kind of cool. Yeah, Alex, York Auto Repair, that's where I work. I was probably going to set this computer up. I've had this computer for so long that when I got this thing, we were still using our RS 6000, and so I was probably going to set this thing up. That's the menu system that I used to use for our computers at work when we had everything hooked up to our RS 6000. But we retired that thing about 4 years ago now. So, Samsung. Oh, it's for the CD-ROM drive. So, but other than that, that's the only thing I actually put on here. Everything else on here was as it was when I got it. So yeah, it's got some stuff on it. But if we type Win, it will actually load Windows. So I have this Sound Blaster Live. I don't know if this is going to be a very appropriate sound card, but unfortunately this is the oldest sound card that I have. So I don't know how well this is going to work. So I did find drivers for Windows 95 and 98 for it. So I was intending on putting Windows 98 on this machine. And I was thinking about using this. So I have this adapter, this compact flash adapter, and I have this 1 gigabyte compact flash card. So I was thinking about doing this for the simple fact that I can take this card out, I could put it in my Mac, or I can put it in one of my PCs, one of my laptops, and copy stuff over with ease. So, but before we do anything, so I got Windows loaded. Not that, not that I can really do anything. I need to find my mouse. I don't know where my mouse is. I know it's floating around here somewhere. Of course, I'll have to restart the computer to use it, but oops. I do have a PS2 mouse. Somewhere. I also have this to put in, a 3-com Etherlink card, and that's a PCI card. The only thing I'm really interested in doing with it is making it a games machine, because my PS2, as much as I love it, it's not really a good game machine. And I knew that going in. Simon, what'd you do with my mouse? Where's my mouse? Oh my goodness. There it is. Okay. It's in the drawer of the joysticks. So, let's shut this thing off. Plug this mouse in. And, I don't know, let's put the network card in. Woohoo! Brand new. Purdy. Yeah, we'll do this first because this has the disc for sure. Let's see here. I'm actually surprised there's not a sound card in this, seeing as how there's a CD-ROM. Most of the time when people put CD-ROMs in their computers, they usually put not always, but usually put a sound card in at the same time. But seeing as how this was a business class machine, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. They must have had something in this slot here, though, at one time. Oh, let's see what happens. It says mouse initialized. So what do we get in the package here? So we get driver disk for Windows drivers for Microsoft and Novell networks. If I register, I can get 3 comm services and a free Windsor CD case. I wonder if I can still get that. Got a nice fresh user's guide. And I think this is a CD. Yeah, it is. 3Com Office Connect Network Assistant. Looks like it's mostly just tutorials. I might take a look at it. What the hell? I ain't got nothing better to do. So, F1 that. Oh, check that out then, Trina. I guess we'll find out if the floppy drive works. Well, found it. Mouse is working. Yeah. Seems to be reading the floppy. It was. I think the Windows install on this computer is kind of screwed up. Well, I guess you probably can't read from drive D. There's no disk in it. Heck. Wow, this thing is... Apparently the CD-ROM works. And the floppy drive works. Nice. Alright, Steve, take care, bud. I'm only probably going to be here till 5 anyway. I got to run to Target and get cat food before my cats try to kill me. Yeah, I thought it was kind of a cool little thing. I mean, it's really just a PC. It's nothing... Oh, Christ. Oh, that's right. There is actually... I forgot they actually have the cabinet files on the hard drive. I only thought it was kind of cool because it's made by Digital Equipment, which they're not around anymore. Can't remember who owns them now, but they were big players back in the day. Oh, let's just poke around here, see if there's anything on here. Probably not. Nope. That would explain why they didn't worry about booting into the program manager, I guess. Huh. Of course, I told it to shut down and it froze up. Nice. Typical Windows. By the way, Windows 95 sucks. It's horrible. That's why I'd like to install Windows 98 on here. I truthfully don't care for any version of Windows before 2000, but you know, I'm not going to attempt to run Windows 2000 on a computer with 24 megabytes of memory. If this turns out to be a half decent computer, I'll buy some more RAM for it. Yeah, 98 SE is not bad. I mean, from the early versions from Windows 95 up until Millennium Edition, Windows 98 SE is really the only decent one. I mean, Windows 98 SE gives you it gives you so much flexibility. It's got USB support, and it's got better plug and play. Oh, whoops. Forgot I had a floppy in there. Yeah, and it was a lot more stable. By a long shot. Yeah, Windows 98 2nd Edition was pretty decent. Windows Millennium was horrible. It was nothing but buggy as crap. And Windows 95 was okay, but it was, you know. Truthfully, it wasn't really much more advanced than Windows 3.1. So, yeah, 95 wasn't the most stable thing in the world. I mean, they released, if I remember correctly, I think they released 3 different service packs for 95 to try to fix the problems. I think they finally ended up with Windows 95 OSR 3. Trying to fix all the problems, but Simon, come here. I'm gonna tear everything up. Come here, dork. My baby. No. 7's not a retro OS. I love 7. 7's awesome. I actually, when they end the life Windows 7, that's when I switched back to Mac. full time. I've never actually, you know, what's weird is I never actually used a Mac full time in my life. I always had a PC sitting next to my Macs. You know, because there was always some things the Mac was better at than the PC, and vice versa. So I always had both of them around, and usually set up right next to each other. So this is actually the first time in my life that I actually use a Mac exclusively for everything. So yeah, Windows XP is pretty retro now. I mean, it's, you know, it's going on 17 years old, 18 years old, I think. I can't remember what year it came out. Was it? Well, no, it actually came out in 2001, so it's almost 20 years old. So Windows XP was awesome too. I loved Windows. Windows 2000 was good. Windows XP was awesome. It was great. Windows Vista was horrible, but Windows 7 fixed all the problems Vista had. And then you had the debacle that was Windows 8. You know. Yeah. Yeah, my dad actually, when I was in high school, my dad had to buy we had a Packard Bell 386 for years. And I used to get online and call BBSs and everything with it. We loved that machine. We tricked that thing out. We had an 800 meg SCSI hard drive in it. I think we had like 16 megabytes of RAM in it. You know, we had a I think that had an ad-lib in it. Actually, we didn't have a Sound Blaster in it, but it did have a CD-ROM. And oh yeah, we had that thing all tricked out. Well, lightning strike hit my father's amateur radio tower and fried it. So he ordered a computer from Gateway 2000. It was a Pentium 120, and it was right around the time Windows was starting to gain popularity. So you know, he got Windows 95 on it, and it was mesmerizing at the time. It was so awesome, and you know, compared to using DOS and Windows 3, I mean, it was like, oh my god, it's like a totally different ballgame. But you know, after you've used other operating systems, I mean, you can tell how primitive and horrible it is. So I thought Gateway was cool, especially with their boxes. That's funny. They must have had a Packard Bell 8510 monitor hooked up to this. That's funny. I was just talking about my old Packard Bell computer. There's a network card. Seems to be working. Yeah, ME, Vista, and 8 are ugh. Now 8 actually isn't a horrible operating system, but it's not a good operating system for a desktop computer. 8.1 isn't too horrible, but the original version 8 was, oh my god, that was just ridiculous. It was good on the phone though. I mean, I had a phone with Windows 8 on it, and it was great. I loved it. Actually, I still have a phone with Windows 8 on it. Yeah, see, now on the Surface, it's great. It's awesome. You know, Windows 8 is perfect for like a Surface or a Windows Phone or, you know, anything like that. Anything you control, you know, anything is touchscreen control. Windows 8 is awesome. It's actually very fast, very stable, and it works really well. But it was not well suited for a desktop computer. And I don't particularly care for Windows 10. I had nothing but issues with Windows 10 ever since it came out. Now, I haven't used any of the newer versions, like in the last 2 years. So maybe it's better than it used to be, but... No, I never heard of that one. That's a new one. Yeah, see, when we retired the old RS6000 at work, I tried going to Windows Server. And we had all kinds of compatibility issues with the COBOL front end that Windows Server has. Just did not want to play well with the software we had written. So eventually we ended up paying something like $3,000 to have somebody convert everything to FileMaker. He actually converted all of the... I don't know how he did it, but somehow he was able to convert all of our COBOL databases and everything over to FileMaker. And now we use Macs. So I've used Macs for the last 3 years. I have a G5 server, and then I have a Mac Mini and a couple of Mac Pros. So... Well, I can't play anything. I don't have a sound card in here right now. So... I'll give that a try. I ain't worried about hurting the computer. I mean, there's not really anything you're going to be able to do to the computer. If it screws up the Windows install, I'm not even worried about that, because this Windows install isn't even going to stay on here. I mean, it's so... I'm sitting here clicking on the X, and it ain't closing the damn window, you know? It's like... I wonder if I can open... Yeah. It probably won't connect to the internet. That's funny. Oh. Jeez. Good old blue screen of death. Yes, that's a thing. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Well, I had to power the computer off, so I guess I might as well install the sound card. I don't understand why companies put these stupid, like, plastic bits on their computers to cover up the expansion slots. That's dumb. Dumb! We didn't have Windows 95 when I was in high school. We were still running DOS and connecting to a Novell NetWare server using mostly 386s and 486s. So, I mean, Windows 95 came out while I was in school. See here, I was a freshman in 93, so I would have been a sophomore or junior when 95 came out. So, but we never had, no, wait. I lied. No, we still ran Windows 3. Yeah. Even when I was working on the yearbook, we did get a new computer to replace our old IBM PS2, which was running Windows 3.0. But, yeah, even that was running Windows 3.1. Well, I don't think I'm going to be plugging in the CD audio on this thing anytime soon. Where is it? Oh, is that it? Oh, that's not too bad. I think I might be able to do that. Yeah, when I was in elementary school, we were just getting Apple IIs. I mean, you have to realize this is the 80s. And then when I was in junior high, we had my 6th grade year of junior high, we still had one computer lab in the school full of TRS-80 Model 3s, which were way past their prime even then. And then they were changing over to Apple IIs. And then when I got into high school, we were using PCs. The only Macs we had in high school were, there was 2 of them in the graphics lab. We had 2 Mac SEs in the graphics lab. And that's all. Those were the only 2 Macs in the entire school. So, all right, now, mouse. There it is. Okay. So, we're going to do I guess we'll have to put these on a CD. The thing that always annoyed me is there's... Ugh. Okay, here. There was no real standard for any type of storage between floppy drives and CD-ROMs. It's like you have a 1.4 meg floppy drive, or you have a 650 meg CD-ROM. It's like there's not really much in between. I mean, yeah, you could get a zip drive, but not every computer had a zip drive. Never quite understood that. This one here might be okay. See if we can get the super drive to eject. Come on, Betsy, you can do it. You can do it! There she goes. Yes, my super drive does not like to behave in my computer here because it doesn't get used very much anymore. So all we're going to do is we're going to take these two files, move them to there. No, I don't want shortcuts. Oh, stupid machine. So now we're going to burn like a whole 7 megs worth of stuff onto a CD-ROM. This should take all of like 3 seconds, even at 4x. I'm only writing at that slow a speed because sometimes these older drives aren't sensitive enough to pick up CDs that are burned at higher speeds. I'm figuring this thing probably has a 2-speed CD-ROM tops, maybe a 4. Yeah, you were lucky if you were running Windows 95, 98, and even 2000 back in school. We probably, when I was in high school, we probably would have ran Windows 95 or Windows NT if we would have, if they wouldn't have been so dependent on the old Novell servers. I think that was the main reason that they kept everything the way it was, is because of the old NetWare servers. Then it probably would have cost them a fortune to license like Windows NT or something. Alright, so now we got a CD-ROM for the Sound Blaster Live. Oh, let's fire up the old monstrosity here. Oops, I gotta plug her back in. This sound card is from 2000, so it's not terribly out of date. Like, it's not like super more advanced than the computer is. Well, CD-ROM drive's from 1998, so it very well may be a... it might be like an 8-speed. Pretty loud. Let's load up Windows and see if it actually can identify the sound card. Okay. Oh, I found something. Just going to cancel for now. Going to cancel that. I don't know if this will work under Windows 95. I'm pretty sure it will work under Windows 98. Which ultimately is what I want to put on here. Is everybody still awake, or am I boring you all to death? Hello? Hello, computer. Oh, hi, Ashton. Okay, I was just wondering. Nobody was chatting and there was nothing going on. I was like, well, either everybody left or the chat froze up or... I mean, it says there's still 13 people here, which is actually surprising. TurboGrafx 16. I never played one of those. Well, that's weird. Has a D drive and an E drive. Well then. Saying the E drive is the SB Live disc that I made, so... Simon. Yeah. Yeah, plug and play on Windows 95 is... Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that. Well then. Okay, I guess that program doesn't work. And the other one's not going to work because there's no drivers installed. So I guess I'm going to have to go back to Creative's website and find different software. I probably should just 86 this whole thing and just install Windows 98 on it. Yeah, plug and play nowadays is pretty simple. Of course, nowadays we also have like broadband internet connections and all that stuff, so you know you can most of the time you can download drivers right off the internet. This copy of Windows is messed up anyway. Keeps freezing up. So I think I'm going to go with the... of course, that hard drive might not be that great either. So I think I'm going to go with the... the flash disk solution here. What, Tabby? I just have to figure out how I'm going to mount this, because I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, it's pretty screwed up anyway. So I'll have to make I'll make a Windows 95 or 98 disk, and I don't know if I want to keep the hard drive or if I want to ditch the hard drive. I don't know. I kind of just want to ditch the hard drive. I mean, it seems to be working okay for an old Quantum. Yeah. Well, there's not... I mean, I could just use double-sided tape. I mean, I have plenty of VHB tape here. This is the stuff that we use at work just to put your emblems back on your car. That crap will hold anything. Oh, hi, Nick. Well, if you click the bell icon, you should have been notified that there was a stream going on. So, if you guys ever want to be notified of any streams that I do, first of all, check Facebook because I always post them there. I'm trying to do one every Saturday at 2 o'clock. I'm not going to promise that it's going to happen every Saturday, but as of right now, I mean, it seems to be working out okay. And I've been doing some Mondays after I get home from work. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do one this Monday or not. If I do, it might just be me installing Windows 98 on this old digital computer. So, yeah, we're running Windows 95 Internet Edition. Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, sometimes you get lucky. I mean, I'll tell you what. I used to run Windows. I used to have a compact Desk Pro. I think it was a Desk Pro 2000. And it ran, it had a Pentium Pro 200 in it. And I ran Windows 95 on that for years. And it was basically just an internet server. And it ran fine. I never really had any issues with it. But on some computers, I think that the Windows setup on this particular computer is screwed up to begin with. Because, it boots into DOS, and it's just a freaking nightmare. So I'm curious to see what's in here. This is a socket 5 machine. So this will go up to 166 megahertz, I believe, or is it 133? I can't remember. It's one of the two. Yeah, you can use an image writer 2 on a PC. People don't realize that. They're not Apple exclusive. They are kind of pain in the ass to get working on a Windows computer, though. Just because they're serial printers. Okay, this is a Pentium 133. Okay. Wow, that's pretty cool. So it's possible this may have been upgraded at one point in time. Because the Venturis 5100 is supposed to be a 100 megahertz machine. Although it says 590 when it boots, so which that would have been a 90 megahertz machine. So yeah, this is much faster than I thought it was. I was thinking it was 120 for some reason. But it's actually a 133. So that's pretty nifty. Maybe that's the way this one was ordered. It says P54CS133. It looks like a OEM sticker on the heatsink. So, yeah, it says right there, 8502133. Of course, you're never going to be able to see it, but it is a true Intel Pentium processor. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my god. Cool. Yeah, so I might actually, I might look around and see what kind of memory I can get for this thing. I might try to max it out. Just because memory for this thing nowadays is going to be like ridiculously cheap compared to what it was 20 years ago. Of course, if I max the memory out, I could probably run Windows 2000 on it. I don't know if I'd really want to. It'd probably be a little slow. But it would definitely run Windows 98 well. And I can guarantee it would play Doom. So on that note, I think I'm going to call it a night. I need to go to the store and get my aminals food because I don't know if you hear them bitching in the background, but they're bitching in the background. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this compact flash card in with the adapter, take the 800 meg hard drive out, 1 gig should be more than enough space for a Pentium 133. So, I mean, if it's not, then I'll just get a bigger compact flash card. Quicksilver runs. Oh, I did get a fan. I did get a new fan for the Quicksilver. So I gotta put that in. That's the only thing that's wrong with that. And I did bring a power supply home for the Sawtooth. So, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the excess hard drives out of the Sawtooth. I don't know if I'm going to put them in a Quicksilver or not. I don't know if I want to tax that power supply quite that hard. But I do want to get that. I do want to get that Sawtooth up and running with the SCSI hard drive. So, but I'm not going to do that tonight. So, let's see what else. That's about it. Got the PowerBook running back where it should be, so now I can actually use it again. So, I haven't used one on a computer yet either. I bought this one here because I have if any of you have watched my PS2 videos, I have a parallel port backpack hard drive. And I actually bought this and the 1 gig card because I wanted to put this in that backpack hard drive case because it's just an IDE hard drive. Well, the problem is the BIOS chip in the hard drive case won't support anything over 500 megs, so this wouldn't have netted me anything. So it just would have been a compact flash 500 meg hard drive. So yeah, I'll put it. I'm going to put it in this one and experiment because this is a nice small computer. You know, this is one of those machines that you can kind of have around. It's not real obtrusive, you know. So, you know, this would be a decent machine to load up with games and stuff like that. And I'm sure that'll speed it up a little bit. Probably not much. So, but yeah, anything works. So, she said. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in. I'm not gonna do it right now. I might do it tomorrow. In between my house cleaning. So on that note, I think I'm going to end it for the night here. I want to thank everybody for coming by. Jay from the House of Moth. Don't forget to go to the House of Moth's website. We got Ashton, Nick, Soulblatts. I think Trina might still be here. Sad Mac. Dane Berryman. Hi, I didn't even see you there. Sorry if I didn't say hi to you, bud. Welcome. JCC3279. Thanks for giving me that little tip on the blue screen of that. That's funny. Oh, Dave Stahl. You got to check out his YouTube channel too. He does some pretty interesting stuff. Got Will, Joris, Alex, Dysfunctional Wombat. I don't know if any of you guys are still here, but thank you for coming. I appreciate it. So. I do? I have a Discord? Wow, this is news to me. Okay, apparently I have a Discord. I didn't even know that. Jay, I didn't even know I had one. How the hell am I supposed to link something I don't know I have? I don't even get on Discord. I barely get on Facebook. Oh, okay, yes, I do have a Patreon. Yes, if you guys want to throw $1 or $2 my way, I'd always appreciate it. So anything that you guys give me on Patreon goes directly into anything I do here. And when I do a video, you get some early access, and if you pledge more, then you get more goodies. So Trina was my very first patron, and Jay is my other one. I only have I have 3 patrons right now, and Sean from Action Retro actually donates a couple bucks to me. So if you feel generous and want to help me out, go right ahead. I'm not monetized, so I don't make any money doing this. So the only money I get is what I get from Patreon, which is, I think, $12 a month right now. So I'm going to end it now, and you guys have a wonderful night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And if I don't see you before next weekend, have a Happy New Year. So, thank you.